programs and meetings and sessions, big or small, maybe not always as large a number, depending on whatever the house has the capacity, but making it a point to have programs within the houses. There's actually hadith from a number of them, from the Ahlul Bayt about the importance of meeting in homes, not in masajid, not just in masajid. There's one of them that's actually pretty harsh. It says, don't be like the Christians and the Jews that left religion for the masjid, and at home they didn't have any religious activity. Different religious activities at home is going to be very important, especially when we have programs where we remember the Ahlul Bayt ajma'in. The barakah that this brings, we have hadith, the brother recited the hadith which is referred to as hadith al-Hasan. Not just the recitation of that hadith, the memory of the Ahlul Bayt mentioned in any house, especially when there's tears that are shed. The angels consider that place, that location, so wonderful, so beautiful, that they would want to come and to put their wings on where the Mu'mineen were sitting. And that brings barakah to the house, the program is held. So that's all accept this as a worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that all of us, each of us, in the way we can try to contribute to Him. There's a hadith I would like to speak of, and I hope it doesn't take too long. When Imam Saudagar after the incident of Karbala, had the responsibility of guiding the Ummah, very, very difficult responsibility at that point. The task that he had, the obligation that he had, the circumstances he was in, even tougher than the circumstances that Imam was in. He had a very important responsibility that he had to guide the Ummah. Unlike what we think sometimes when we picture the Ummah as some weak person sitting in a corner weeping and crying. No. The Ahlul Bayt are very strong people, and they had, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because of that strength, gave them the responsibility to guide the entire Ummah. That's the responsibility of the Imam. So imagine Imam Saudagar, he's now having this responsibility. How is he going to do his share in moving the Ummah in the right direction? One of the things that he does is that he starts to communicate with people that have a little bit even of love of the Ahlul Bayt in their heart, and he tries to make use of that love to try to build on that and move them in the right direction. What does he do? He gives them this saying, it's a few pages in some of the prints that we have, and he says, look, every Friday I want you to read this amongst yourselves. This has got to be something that you remember every Friday. There's got to be repetition in this. You need to constantly go over this because it needs to become part of you. So that tells us this is very important. Right? In this community building that the Imam wants to do, he wants to change these believers that are starting very small. They at least are willing to accept the words of the Imam, at least willing to take that and to just read words, nothing huge right now. But this is going to be a foundation that's going to make them change into the true companions of the Ahlul Bayt, those who will give everything they have for the Imams. What is this hadith and how does it start? This is for a more general audience, as I said, for people that have the bare minimum of listening to it. The Imam says, these are the words that you need to read every Friday. Ayyuhan nas, O people. He's addressing them. You need to hear this as though this is being said every Friday, like a sermon. At that time, believers are scattered. You have a bunch here, a bunch there. Not everybody's in Medina. Okay? So they need to hear it as though the Imam is speaking to them. Ayyuhan nas, O people. Ittaqullah. Islam. It's reminders to try to wake us up. Every week we need to hear this. wary of God. Be fearful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Know that you are going to be returning to your Lord. فَتَجِدُ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا عَمِلَتْ مِنْ خَيْرٍ مُحْضَرًا. Be connected to a verse. Every soul, every spirit, every individual will find whatever they have done, which is positive, present on the day of judgment. When we return to God, we will see everything that is good present there. وَمَا عَمِلَتْ مِنْ سُوءٍ. And all the bad deeds are also going to be present there. And at that point, the verse says, تَوَدُّ لَوْ أَنَّ بَيْنَهَا وَبَيْنَهُ أَمَدًا بَعِيدًا. At that point, we wish they're going to be around us. All of these actions are going to have manifestations that dread us. Very fearful images and deeds, even according to some of the ahadith. Very ugly faces, they say, some of the ahadith suggest that these ugly, fearful, very dreadful creatures will be coming, and the person is wondering what this is, and they are told this is such and such action of your own. It's not going to go away. It is with you because it's something you did. But tawaddu, the person would like that there is between them and the action, there's a very long distance. They're separated. وَيُحَذِّرُكُمُ اللَّهُ نَفْسَهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warns you about himself. Be careful. He doesn't play games. When he says this action has this effect, this thing is a sin, then it's serious. So the warning, first it starts, and it's going to continue, is about being careful, be wary of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't forget that. Don't let the day-to-day activities, don't allow the routine daily activities, going to work, to school, coming back home, eating and drinking and enjoying that time. Don't allow this to allow you to neglect what's coming forth. And the Imam emphasizes on this. He says, remember your return to God. He says, why do you have to continue to say, Yabna Adam? Shame on you, O son of Adam. This is a serious thought. It's something that every one of us has got to feel. We've been hit by the Imam. Why do you have to Yabna Adam? Al-Ghafil, that is negligent. وَلَيْسَ مَغْفُولًا عَنْهُ. But he is not neglected. God is not going to neglect us. The angels are not neglecting us. The universe is not neglecting us. We are negligent of where we are and what we are doing. إِنَّ أَجَلَكَ أَسْرَعُ شَيْءٍ إِلَيْكَ. Your ajal, your death, is the quickest thing that's moving to you and towards you at very fast pace. At a very fast pace. أَقْبَلَ نَحْوَكَ حَثِيثًا مُطْلُوبًا. It's coming towards you very quickly, and it's seeking you. It's coming to get you. وَيُوشَكْ, and it's as though it's almost gotten you. That's how you should feel it. There's no guarantee that I'm going to leave this seat here alive. No guarantee. وَيُوشِكُ أَنْ يُدْرَكَ فَكَأَنْ قَدْ أَوْفَيْتَ أَجَلَكَ. It's as though you've already arrived. You're almost there. What are you doing? The Imam is trying to remind us. وَقَدْ قَبِضَ الْمَلَكُ رُوحَكَ. It's almost as though the angel is already taking your soul. قَحَمَ عَلَيْكَ مَلَكَاكَ مُنْكَرٌ وَنَكِيرٌ. It's as though the two angels, Nakir and Munkar, have come to you لِمَسْأَلَتِكَ, to ask you those very frightful questions. وَشَدِيدَ امْتِحَانِكَ, and to test you. So all of this is to remind us of the responsibilities that we have. And to be very careful. We are responsible beings here. We're not here just playfully. We're not here for no reason. We're not here to enjoy this life. This life is not there for us to enjoy. It's not wrong that as we are fulfilling our responsibilities, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided plenty of things that we will enjoy during that process. But as long as it does not move us away from our responsibilities. We have a verse in the Holy Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that we are going to be asked, وَلَتُسْأَلَنَّ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ, blessings. God provides us with multiple blessings in this world. And we're going to be asked on all these blessings. These are questions that we have to think of. What are we doing with the blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided us with? Now, what type of questions are going to be asked about these blessings? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides us food. He provides us with shelter. He provides us with a family. He provides us with children. He provides us with community members. He provides us with good health. He gives us the youth we're in, or we're in. All of these are blessings. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided us and is constantly giving us and giving us and giving us. Constantly. Day in and day out. This is something that we a lot of times neglect. Just remember all the blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided for us. Not only sometimes we're neglectful of these blessings, unfortunately, sometimes the very blessings that we are given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we complain. We complain. Sometimes we complain for something that was actually a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Something didn't happen. We wanted to do something, He didn't allow it to happen. We complain about it. That was actually a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we are not only neglectful, we're unthankful. We are complaining for something that God did to us that was actually good for us. We could have lost our life if that would have gone through. We could have lost our religion if that job opportunity would have gone through. He's not going to have any gain in it for Himself. It's not like He's not giving His life once to keep it for Himself. He doesn't need anything. All of what we have is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The question is, what type of questions are they going to ask? This was a discussion debate during the time of Imam about this verse. What is it that God is going to ask us on the day of judgment or after death? Nakir and Munkar. They come with those very, God forbid, depending, because they can have very beautiful ways. It all depends on what we do. Okay? They're not necessarily scary. If we have done things that are wrong, they can be very frightful. But otherwise, the Ma'sumin are not going to be treated like that. The true companions and believers who are sinless, the Shuhada of Karbala, are not going to be treated like that. Okay. It depends on what we do. So what type of questions are they going to ask? Are they going to ask, like they have this long list of, you had this much food, you had this much fruit, and you were given this much money. So come on, let's hear it. What did you do with all of that? Is that the question that's going to be asked? Imam addresses that, but also Imam Hamza is asked about it. They both respond in similar ways. What Imam Hamza says is, it's really, is that really what you think of God? This is how you perceive God? That He's going to ask you about the food that He gave you? He's going to ask you, why did you eat this much? Tell me what you did with that blessing that I did in this sense, in a way that, for example, the example that the Imam gives is this. If you go to somebody's house, a human being, okay, and they give you some food, after you eat it, do they come and ask you, what did you do with the food that I gave you? Who answer that question? Do you think God is going to do that? What did you do with the food that I gave you? That's not the question He's going to ask. The question that is going to be asked, well, let me go to Imam Saudagar. Imam Saudagar was approached by Abu Hanifa. That's good to know. Abu Hanifa, the Imam tells him, because I heard, or he asked him, I think, if I remember correctly, what do you think about this verse? What is that na'im that is asked about on the day of judgment, or after leaving this world? He says, oh, ta'am, inshallah, food and drink, this type of thing. So, that's the type of question you're going to be asked. You're going to be there for a very long time. Every second. Just imagine, we don't realize how many blessings we're receiving. The body is working continuously. New cells are being added. The ones that have already done their work, they're dying. All of those are blessings. The heart is beating, the lungs are working, you're breathing air. All of this is being provided for you constantly. If you want to number them, that's why it says, if you want to count the ni'am, the blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, they are limitless. That's why they can't be counted. It's not like a large number. You can count them, but it's a large number. No, it's not countable. In other words, it's infinite. So you're going to be there forever, for eternity, trying to ask questions about this bit of air that I gave you, that bit of food that I gave you, this water that I gave you. How can you think of God in that way? That's not the question He's going to ask you. It's what you're responsible for. You've been provided with loads of blessings, but you've been told, look, you're supposed to use this in this way. It's not going to ask you about the muhadarat that He gave you. How much did you consume? And why did you take that? Why did you make this particular food? But He will ask some of the simple questions. The wealth I gave you, I'm not asking for it back, but the wealth that I gave you, there were certain responsibilities attached to it as well. Because I didn't create you for no reason. I gave you that in order that you prepare yourself to receive more blessings. If we picture it properly, this is where it is. Within the put here, we're given a limited blessing for the purpose of using those so we can prepare ourselves so we can receive those greater blessings on the day of judgment and the year after. And for our own good, like, look, I gave it to you, why didn't you use it in the right way so you could have received these great blessings in the year after? That's the other question that's going to be asked. That property, or that wealth that I had given you, there were certain responsibilities attached to it. In order to improve yourself, did you do them? So I can give you now? You haven't? Again, you didn't prepare yourself. This is the consequence of it. How to obtain that wealth? What route to do? I have told you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I have told you that I will prepare your rizq. I'm going to channel it to you. But these are good channels, haram ways. These are haram channels. Don't go through the haram channels. I will provide it for you. You have a choice here. You can go through the halal channels and you can go through the haram channels. The haram channels of receiving that rizq, they're not good for you. I'll still provide you the rizq, but don't go through those routes. Go through the halal channels. provide you even more if you have. I gave you a family. I gave you children. Are you fulfilling your responsibilities? The hadith, the Holy Prophet, I was looking in our Shia sources and the report that we get, this report that we get from the Holy Prophet, I couldn't find it in the more authentic books, but it was repeated in a number of books that we have. So I think I can say this is something that is attributed to the Holy Prophet, and maybe we can consider it something that he actually said. It's repeated. I've heard a lot of Imam mention. This is what gives me a little bit more comfort to mention in the hadith of the Holy Prophet. And that is, it says, كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ. All of you are like shepherds. You've been given something that you're responsible for, and you're all going to be asked questions. The husband, the father will be asked about his family. Did he provide for them from a material perspective, from a religious perspective? Did he provide the proper environment for them? That's something that we gotta make sure we understand. Unfortunately, sometimes we are very careful of the material perspective of that. We provide a good environment in terms of the house that we buy or the neighborhood. We keep them away from material harm, but sometimes we put them in spiritual harm's way, unfortunately, and we're not very careful of that. We have to realize we're responsible. And other examples that are mentioned. Okay. But there is a certain responsibility that we have, a certain question that is going to be asked in the hadith that talk about that verse. We will be asked about an-na'im. Will the hadith talk about that particular blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided? And I want to try to understand this a bit, hopefully together. The hadith says the ni'mah that you will be asked, the na'im that you will be asked about on the day of judgment is the wilayah of the Holy Prophet and the wilayah of the Ahlul Bayt. What does this mean? What does it mean that we are going to be asked of the blessing of the wilayah of the Ahlul Bayt? Hopefully we all have the love of the Ahlul Bayt in our hearts. Hopefully, inshallah, we have understood why, after the remarks of the Holy Prophet, the Ahlul Bayt are the ones that we are supposed to refer to in all of our affairs. Inshallah, we've understood that. But is that fulfilling? Is that answering the question? Or is there more to it? Is there a certain dimension to it that we have not explored as much? Is there something about that that maybe we are not fulfilling our responsibility towards? The reason why I began with this hadith of Imam al-Sajjad is for this purpose. The Imam talked about the su'al, the questioning. Remember, death is approaching, it's very close. It's as though the angel is almost taking your soul away. Be very careful. Be very wary of the questions that you're going to be asked by Nakir and Munkar. What are they? He says, أَلَا وَإِنَّ أَوَّلَ مَا يَسْأَلَانِكَ عَنْ رَبِّكَ الَّذِي كُنْتَ تَعْبُدُهُ. You will be asked, the first thing that you're going to be asked is about your Lord that you used to worship. Who is the Lord that you worship? I want to start with this one. I'm not going to spend much time on it, but to understand what it literally means. Okay? A human being living in this world, okay, is definitely going to have Rabban Ya'buduh. Everybody worships a Lord. Everybody, even those who say we deny the existence of God, there is a Lord that we worship. As the verse, one of the scholars and poets interpreted or explained this verse in a very nice way. أَإِلَهٌ مُتَفَرِّقُونَ خَيْرٌ أَمِ اللَّهُ الْوَاحِدُ الْقَهَّارُ. Are multiple lords better or the one God? The way we normally understand that is to say that, well, is this ideology correct? That there's multiple lords, if you want to be a mushrik, or belief in one God, which one is better? Well, if that would be the thing, it wouldn't ask which one is better. Okay. It would say which one is it, and it can't be that you have multiple lords in this world. This is one interpretation. It says, no, what this is trying to say is that, look, you are going to be worshiping either multiple lords, or if you worship God alone, you will be worshiping Him only. So there's no question, you will be worshiping, but who is it that you're worshiping? This hadith says, you're going to be asked, who is the Rabb that you are worshiping? Is it God, or is it something else? Is it money? Is it family? Is it children? Is it position? What is it that you're worshiping? وَعَنْ نَبِيِّكَ الَّذِي أُرْسِلَ إِلَيْكَ. About the prophet that has been sent to you. Who do you consider your prophet? Then وَعَنْ دِينِكَ الَّذِي كُنْتَ تَدِينُ بِهِ. What religion did you have? وَعَنْ كِتَابِكَ الَّذِي كُنْتَ تَتْلُوهُ. You will be asked about the book, what book you follow. And lastly, وَعَنْ إِمَامِكَ الَّذِي كُنْتَ تَتَوَلَّاهُ. You will be asked about the Imam that you used to follow. So, alhamdulillah, we all say we follow the Imam of our time, right? But don't get too happy. How are we following the Imam of our time? Where is it? The reason why I explain that bit about the Rabb is to understand this piece. This is what we want to focus about. That ni'mah that we are asked about. You and I and anyone and everyone have an Imam. Imam means leader. Okay? Let's not confuse that. And very specifically, whether you look at the verses of the Holy Quran where it refers to as ulil amr, one of the verses that we use to always prove to those who don't believe it is what? أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم. The ulil amr, ulil amr means those who have the specific meaning of leadership. Not, remember, when we talk to those who don't have this belief, we say, look, it's not just spiritual leadership. We understand that bit. For Amir al-Mu'minin, we understand it. We say, look, it's not just spiritual leadership. What else is it? It's political leadership as well. Okay. Imam means the one that leads on the social, political level. That's the Imam. Okay. That's why it says on the day of judgment, every people will be raised with their Imam. In each society, there are certain leaders that lead that society. And when you come to the social realm, those leaders of that society are involved with all of that mention of people like that social, political realm. Imam means the social, political leader. Everyone has an Imam. currently following an Imam? It's not a question whether you want to follow or you don't want to follow. The question is, who is that Imam that you're following? As the verse says, everyone will be raised with their Imam. So everybody does have an Imam. You're either the Imam or you're the Ma'moom. If you're the Ma'moom, if you're the follower, you're going to be raised with that Imam. So everybody has this political leadership. So when this hadith is saying, look, be careful, the question that you're going to be asked by Nakir and Munkar is, who were you following in your social and political affairs? This is where I personally start to feel. Who are we following in our social and political affairs? Don't say we're not, because there's no way. The verse of the Holy Quran that talks about free will, إِنَّا هَدَيْنَاهُ السَّبِيلِ إِمَّا شَاكِرًا وَإِمَّا كَفُورًا. Very beautiful verse. If we spend time studying religion, looking into it, the deeper you dig, it becomes so beautiful, so well connected. You're just amazed. Those are the intellectual ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The human being has been created with that free will to make decisions. We're constantly making decisions with regard to all dimensions in life. As individuals, we are making decisions. As societies, we are making decisions. We are making decisions. You can't avoid it. As long as we are living, as long as we are breathing, we are making decisions. Whoever it was that lived at the time of Imam al-Hussein, they were making decisions. The question is, were they making right decisions or wrong decisions? At that time, there were people that had the mahabbah of the holy Imam. But who took the Imam as an Imam? The people who came to Karbala and joined him. Whoever didn't come and he knew the Imam wanted them to do that, that's not their Imam. You have to follow the social political realm. So there's the question, the Imam is an occultation, right? And right now we are living. We're not receiving, are you guys receiving any messages from the Imam about what he needs to do in social political life? I don't think so. No. And what are we doing? Who is that Imam? This is the question that we need to ask ourselves. If we are following, who are we following? Who is it that we have our allegiance to? Socially and politically. With the Imam, going back to Imam now, we need to understand this a little. The Imam wants to create this awareness that you need to be careful on your social and political life and who you are following. If you just remain silent and allow the wrong people to make decisions, and by remaining silent, you're basically allowing that to happen, you fall within the category of those who are following that movement. Okay? You become part of it. That's why all of these ahadith say, As-sakitu akhur rawi. The one who is silent is the brother of the one who is pleased with what's going on. Even if you have it in your heart and you don't like what's going on, if you're not taking any stance or doing anything about it, you fall within the group of people that are moving in that direction because you're helping that. God forbid that Imam of ours could be George W. Bush. This is not a joke, this is very serious. It's very religious as well. This is what we're going to be asked about once we leave this world. Nakir and Munkar are going to be asking us about that. And I would not be wanting to follow George W. Bush on the day of judgment to hellfire. We have exactly that the Imam of our time wants us to do. What is it? What's the path? What's the procedure to know it? We don't have access to it right now. What has he put forth for us? Do we even know that? Have we thought about that? Have we studied that? I want to leave this as something for you to go after. The same way that the Imam left it as that. You will be asked as who your leader is. Now go figure out who is it that I am following. And God forbid if it's Benjamin Netanyahu or Barack Hussein Obama or any other political figure that is not on the right path. I hope the one that we are following is the one that the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt have said, this is what I want you to do while I'm not around. In social political life. Sallallahu alayhi wa May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. My beloved Holy Prophet and the Ahlul Bayt. Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. It was in your homes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us with guidance and revelation. Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. Angels descend upon you day in and day out, seeking permission before entering upon you. Sallallahu alayka ya Aba Abdillah. Sallallahu alayka ya Mazlum. Sallallahu alayka ayyuha الشهيد بكربلاء عطشانا. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. My beloved Imam al-Hasan. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. My beloved oppressed Imam. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. The Imam that was slaughtered by the shores of the Euphrates, while his mouth was dry of thirst. What were their feelings coming to that plain of Karbala? All the sorrow and grief. These women and children, each of them looking at an area, remembering memories. These are where the tents were. This is where Ali al-Asghar was. This is where we saw the body of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. This is where we heard the call of Ali al-Akbar when he called Ya Abatar. The Holy Prophet is giving you his salam. When the lady Zainab bin Imam al-Hasan rushed to the body. This is where Qasim ibn al-Hasan fell. This is where everyone else, one by one, just imagine them coming, looking at these different areas, memories coming back. The lady Zainab is probably thinking, seeing Mother Zainabiyya, she remembers this is where I was standing when I saw Shilwada ala Imam, my brother, was over there. They gradually made their way to the grave of the Shuhada. Imagine what the lady Zainab has to say to Imam al-Hasan. Some say the lady went to the grave of her brother Imam al-Hasan. Oh brother, if non-Mahrams were not around, I would show you every inch of my body is bruised. I guarantee you, Ya Allah, when you told me to take care of the children, I did all I could. Anytime they would want to hit any of the children, anytime they would want to lash the children, anytime they would want to beat on those children, I would go between them, so I would be beaten on instead of the children. Oh, brother, Ya Allah, I have a request. Don't ask me one question. Please don't ask me where the little 3-year-olds are She had too much pain in her heart. She couldn't stand being away from you. She would constantly call you Abba. Every time she used to call upon you, the enemy would be on her. Brother, don't ask me. I tried whatever I could. But when she was given your beloved and noble head, inshallah, she could not stand staying away from you. ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلمون بما ظلموا أي منقلب